In my years, I've seen a lot of people say Ableton is difficult and it's ugly. It is. And it's kind of hard to figure out where to start, which is true. When I started, I didn't really know how to begin. There's a lot of ways to do a lot of different things and a lot of different things you need to do to make something. But it's really not that hard and it doesn't have to be hard. Ableton's actually pretty easy. So happy Valentine's Day or whatever. We're going to make a beat. We're going to set the BPM to 85 because that sounds good to me. First thing, let's start with the drums. So you can use audio or drum rack. I usually use drum rack just because it's easy to see everything. You can also play them in if you got a MIDI controller or something like that, uh, or it will crash your Ableton. You're just gonna get some drums. I'm using the black drum kit. Sure. Boom. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Double click on this. Bring this bitch up. Look at that. Real easy. Boom, easy. Snares usually go on the 2 and 4. If it's a higher BPM, like 140, they'll go on the 3s. You know, that's halftime and all that shit. I won't explain it. It's not important. Don't worry about it. Whatever sounds good, you'll know what works when you put them in. That works. Cool. Next, you know, I guess we'll get a hat. When people love hi-hats. Hi-hats are actually really important. But just click them in like this. Boom, easy. Look at that. There you go. You got drums. Easy. If you want to do them in audio, it's just the same thing. You just drag them in. We got the hat here. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We'll mute this. What else? We had our kick and snare, right? Boom. Look at that. Oh, we need the snare. Right. Remember snares? 2 and 4. Boom. I usually like to group them, and you can process them all together. You know, name that shit drums, whatever. We're gonna mute it though. I like it in the drum rack. Some people wonder why it's a little lower. If you look at the drum rack, check down here, you'll notice they lower the BPM. It's minus 12 compared to an audio where it's minus nothing. So just keep that in mind. That's why it sounds different. That's why people say Ableton drums don't hit as hard, but they just don't know what they're doing. Next up, we need a sample. Fucking, you got tons of samples here. All the samples. I'm gonna use this one. Everyone's heard this before. Classic. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da, boom, boom. I think this is in beat already, but putting things in time in Ableton is so easy. You just find the one, and then you just drag these markers to put them on beat. I'm pretty sure this is already on beat though, so that's not a good example. Just for an example, we're not gonna use this shit, but just for an example. You just gotta count in your head 1, 2, 3, 4. You can keep rhythm. I believe in you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Where you find the one, you click where it is. You right click, set 1, 1 here. Boom, starts it right there. Now you go from here. This is the 1. You see 1. This is kind of a funky groove. It's not really the best to use, but 2, 3, 4. This is 2. Boom. You just drag it to where it is. You can even click another marker, but that does more stuff. I'll get into that at a different time. You can repitch or whatever, but you'll hear it's in time now. Bam, it's like some vaporwave. And you can unwarp it, hear how it was before. That shit's not on beat. That shit does not sound good. Anyways. We got our sample right here. Sounds pretty good. Here's it with the beat. Hey, it's pretty good. Maybe I don't like this kick. Maybe I just get rid of it. That's pretty cool. Here's another cool thing you can do. Ableton has grooves. Yeah, look in MPC. They're over here. You can swing it. Swing by 57. I have them marked for which ones I like. You take a groove. You can drag it onto your drum rack MIDI, or Or if you use audio, check it. You can do it in audio too. Press Control J to consolidate everything. You can drag it in here. You can drag it to the audio too. Look at that. It's all the same shit. And here's what the groove does. You can see right over here. Quantized timing. Don't worry about any of that. But you can listen to it. You can hear it if I put a double kick right here. It swung a little bit. Ableton doesn't have like a swing meter you can move like in an FL. Kind of sucks. I kind of like FL swing meter a lot, but there's alternatives. You can figure it out. You know, you can do it here too. And if you want to see what it's actually doing, see over here, you can press this. This will commit the groove. You can see how it moves shit over a little bit. Moves the kick over just a bit. Look at that. Before and after. Wow. Neat. It's dancing, doing a little jig. We're going to keep it. Damn, that's kind of nice. What else do we need? Lo-fi. You need a bitch-ass vinyl. What we're going to do, we're going to drag in a bitch-ass vinyl. Wow. Listen to that ambience. Texture. There's more ways to add texture than just, literally dragging texture, but that's a different thing. Look at that. We pretty much already got a beat. If this was SoundCloud 2012, you'd probably get like 100,000 plays on this. You'd be set for life. But there's something missing. It's the side chaining. Get a compressor. Could be regular compressor, can be glue compressor, either or. And click this little arrow here. Boom. Then click sidechain. You can sidechain from any input. Now this is a lot of ways you can go about doing this. Sidechain kind of just makes it duck. You can sidechain through a compressor. You can sidechain with an LFO. You can manually do it with audio. We'll just do it with compressor because that's simple and easy, and how most DAWs have you do it. So if it's in the drum rack, we're gonna click drum rack, then we're gonna go to post FX, and then we're gonna find where our kick is. Everything's named numbers because that's just how this thing is organized. So I'm gonna call our kick the kick. This is a kick, right? Yeah. Boom. And then you find the kick in the post FX. It took me a while to figure this out because it's not very clear if it's in the drum rack, but boom, there you go. And then you can change it however view you want. I like this view. When I started, I used this view a lot because I didn't really understand these, but this view is probably the best one, I think. It shows you the audio peaks. So you just lower the threshold. You can see it ducking. That's the audio ducking. And it tells you how much it's ducking right there. We can increase it a lot so you can hear it really duck, and I'll solo it. Listen to that. Completely mutes the audio when the kick comes in. Does that sound good? Might be a bit too much, so you just raise it to taste whatever you think sounds good. As for mixing and mastering, I don't know how to mix and master. I don't really do that shit. But, you can EQ, look at the whole thing, see what's going on. Listen, man, I can't really teach you any more than that. This is all I know. This is the extent of what I do. I usually just slap Maximus on it at the end. I can't lie. I'm not gonna lie. I can't lie. Maximus, fucking Master Aid 1. I wouldn't actually recommend using Master Aid 1 like raw because it really will fuck up a lot of mixes. I actually don't recommend doing it this way, but hey, shit kind of sounds good. Hey, this is me from the next day. I really don't recommend doing this. I mean, it'll sound good, but you don't really know what it's doing, and a lot of times it'll obliterate your mixes. At least when you're starting, I think you really should avoid the all-purpose one button does it all super duper handyman plugins because you don't really know what they're doing. And if you want to learn, you kind of got to learn what this shit does so you can know how to tweak it, and then you can use them because you'll know what it does and you can tweak it to actually sound how you want it to. And so a lot of times the things just make it sound louder instead of actually making it sound good. And a lot of times our brains can confuse loud with good. Because, loud is really good, but not when it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Snare's a little too loud. You can gain stage as you go. Maybe the hats are a little too loud. Lower the volume here. You can EQ the whole thing. Look, this is the whole drums. Maybe I want the kick to be thicker. Hey, look at that. Maybe it's a little too thick. Lower it. I don't know. This is bad EQ practice, but that's about it. Some other important things I kind of forgot to mention. Usually, you can slide your hats off the grid. That's some sauce, you know. You press Alt, and I just press the keys. You can slide them off the grid just a bit. You see how they're a little bit ahead of the beat or behind? They're off the beat. I think the hat is already off the beat a little bit, so we move that bitch even further off. You can even do it over here. This is the track delay. You can delay the shit out of it. Yeah, that's helpful if you're using audio. See, there's so many ways to do everything. That's why making music is fucking hard, because there's 50 ways to do one thing. Just figure out one way to do something and stick with it. And then you can learn the other ways once you're comfortable. You don't gotta make it too hard. Honestly, though, I wouldn't really bother doing it over here. I don't even know why I brought it up. What you can do is you can just grab the audio clip, the sound, whatever the waveform, and you hold shift. You click
Alt,
it,
not shift.
click it, then you hold shift, and you can just
Alt.
drag it
Hold
off the
Alt,
grid manually.
Not shift. You hold Alt.
This is the exact same thing as up here. You're just doing it yourself. I would rather you do it this way than over here. There's certain cases where I'll do it like this if I'm lazy. But I would much rather you do it like this. It's better practice, and you can actually see where on the timeline it is. Whereas here, you gotta see. Can you visualize 60 milliseconds in your head? Do you know where 60 milliseconds ahead of this is? I don't. One more thing, in the drum rack, you can mess with the velocity of things. Usually, people lower the velocity of the second hat and lower it right here. They do that to give it a little bit of a realistic feeling. You know, not everyone's gonna hit the hat with the same speed, velocity, power. At the same time, you can even do that with the double kicks. You can lower it a little bit, so it's like boom, boom instead of boom, boom. That makes sense. It should make sense. You should understand what's going on here. Same thing with audio. You can just lower the volume. You know. No, same thing. You can do the same thing with audio. Anything you can do with, well, not anything. A lot of the things you can do in here, you can do out here. Just a matter of how you want to do it. One more cool thing with the drum rack is right over here. If you click this button, this is automation. You can automate a ton of stuff in here. I usually will like transpose things. I think that sounds cool. At the end for like fills, I can transpose this bitch down. Look at this. Do some cool things. You can hear the hats kind of getting lower. You can do whatever you want, man. Whatever sounds cool. And same thing with audio. You can just go out here and okay, maybe you can't. I know there's a way to do it. Yeah, you consolidate, and the buttons here. You can transpose just like that. Same thing. Same thing. Just down here. Look down here. Boom. Boom, look at that. Everything. All that you need right there. No plugins, no nothing. This is just dragging sounds into the arrangement view. I don't know what this view is for. I've never used this in my 10 years. I've never used this once. I don't know what it does. A better example of the automation will be with the actual sample. I don't know why I decided to show it off with the drums, but here we go to clip. That's the audio clip. This is the clip. Yes. You go transposition. Say we want like the end to turn around here to be, you know, we can do something cool at the end. Listen to this. That did not sound cool, but you can, I don't know, man. Keep in mind the warp mode that it's on will change how that sounds. See, I changed it to complex. Now it kind of sounds like a vinyl slowdown or startup. I'm not going to explain too much of what this is, but It's important. Maybe I'll make a video about warping. Maybe I'll make a more in-depth audio manipulation video eventually. Oh, I moved this down because this is mainly why I like Ableton, because of the audio manipulation you can do. But yeah. And you know what would be cool? Maybe we just have it. But I want the to actually play, because that shit is a pretty sick trumpet lick. Oh my god, it's going everywhere. It's all over the place. Pause. So we'll just have it drop right here. Listen to this. This is gonna sound sick. Okay, maybe not that cool. Maybe I adjusted a little bit. That was cool. Look at that. Wow. Oh, and here's some more like automation shortcuts that you probably should know, because I've just been using them. You click, make an automation point. You drag to drag automation point. Now these lines here, you can click to just drag them over, or you can hold Alt and I'll let you make them wiggly. Some good shit. Some real good shit. All right, well, I think that's it. That's pretty much everything I had to say. I could go a bit more in depth on specific things if you would like. If you guys want more tutorials or anything, or just want to hear me talk about music shit, synths, audio manipulation, anything really, you can let me know in the comments or wherever. You can get a hold of me. You know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, MySpace, Tumblr, AOL, Newgrounds, Neopets, Club Penguin, all of the above. I'm on everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let the beat play. This video's probably gonna get claimed because the sample I use is really popular and I'll make no money off of it. So you can support me. You can listen to my music. It's on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, etc., Deezer, all that. You can also buy it on Bandcamp if you want. It's free though. I think that's about it. You guys have a good one.